Ladies and gentlemen, to tonight's after hours game league 2v2 thingy that we got going on. Today is not really the standard best of 5 that we usually do. Instead, we're going to be going with some 2v2's tonight, and we're going to have Garmin versus Twitter. And we are in our first lobby already, so we don't have a lot of waiting to do for these games to start. And I'm actually pretty pumped about some 2v2s because they can be a lot of fun and can be a lot of action going on all over the map. So that I'm pretty hyped for, actually. So we'll see if our teams are ready relatively soon. And yes, VOD for this will still be on my YouTube channel, even though it's not really on an official round, so to speak. But I'm still gonna upload it so that people can enjoy it, because it's probably going to be a bit of fun. And I hope we'll have some decent quality tonight. I did load FPS so that we probably won't like have some dropping frames and shit like that. I've had some trouble with that in a few games, but should be alright tonight. Okay, I think we're all ready, right? All good to go, right? Let's check out the players. Surreal from Twitter has been mastered 8 times, holy. Yes, and Siggy has been in Diamond 1 time. What more has he accomplished? Career summary. He has only been in Diamond once, and like Gold and Platinum in Wings of Liberty, so still a pretty solid player. And for Garmin, we have 2 Gold Leaguers. One who's been a Platinum 1 time before this, and the other dude, Sunflasher, has been a Diamond 4 times, so this should still be pretty even. As I said, Twitter have a Masters dude. A dude has been a Master 8 times, and one guy that has been in Diamond 1 time, but hasn't played that many seasons in Heart of the Swarm, so still it should be pretty close. We're waiting on David. I don't really know who David is, but apparently we're waiting for him. I think Twitter, Sunflasher is ready. Big blind. Is that David? Yeah, we're waiting for one of the players, I think. 3 players already, 1 that we are waiting for currently. Yeah, that is big blind. Thank you. We're still rolling with the best of 5, I think, so I'm gonna add that. There we go. Okay, countdown starting right now. So here we go. Oops. We're going to be moving into Avalanche. Haven't really played this map a whole lot. Well, I played it quite a bit with my friend, but it's not really a standard 1v1 map, so I don't think a lot of players have actually seen it. So we're gonna go over the map quickly. Whoops. Before we get into the game, really. Yeah, should be fine. Okay, cool. So Sunflasher apparently has the worst computer here. he lost the race, so to speak. Okay. Why can't we... Tabbing in? I hate it when this happens. You have to tab in and tab out. And then you still can't get it to work. Why can't I... Production. Oh, it's not working because we're running a 2v2. Apparently we have big blind versus big blind. Okay, that is really strange. The overlay isn't working. Hang on, I'm gonna try something else. Oh, we can't change overlay, so it's going to be really hard to cast this because we're not gonna have production tab, and we're not gonna have any names or anything. So either way, spawning into the top position of this map, representing Garmin in his big blind, and his companion, it is Sunflasher. Okay, these guys are representing Garmin. And as I said before this game started, I think one of them has been in diamond like once and is in gold like now. But either way, in the bottom side of this map, their opponent is representing Twitter. It is Surreal. Surreal. And his teammate for the first game is going to be Siggy. And what is Siggy up to? What are you doing, sir? He's scouting immediately after Pylon? Was that after Pylon? Yeah, I think it was after Pylon. So just a really quick scout coming out from Siggy here. I'm gonna try to change the overlay for the next map, so we're not gonna run with the After Hours Gaming League 1, unfortunately, but I don't think that works for 2v2. So that's just how it's going to be. Okay. So we have PP versus PT now going on. I think PP is basically the worst composition, or like, you don't want to have two Protoss in a team because that's not going to work out at all for you. I think like CVT is the best like composition to have in a 2v2. So have one Soak player and one Terran player, because I think that works out the best. You have a lot of speed, you have a lot of speed to drop potential, you have a lot of harassment potential. But with Protoss, you're basically going to have two death balls, unless one of you goes for like heavy harassment with the oracles and stuff like that. But we'll see how these players play it out. Still, production tab does not work at all. It's gonna be tough. Well, 7 score has finished up right now, and what is going down? Immediate Twilight Council. That was like immediately after Cybercore, and it has not been scouted out by Garmin right now. So unfortunate there, but I think Garmin has the potential to scout that out later on with the same probe here. So what's going on over on Garmin's side of the map? Factory coming down right now, reactor on that barracks as well. Gas is up. They haven't mined. Big Blind has been mining a bit, but he stopped mining, which is kind of rare to see from a Terran player, but that's what's going on right now. Also, Warp Gate is getting chrono boosted out right now by our Protoss player here for Garmin. So perhaps they want to be aggressive with something. Like, are we going to see Hellion play? Aggressive Hellion play? Is that what we're going to see here? You going to land that there, bro? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so it looks like reacted Hellions or reacted Widow Mines. Nope. Hellions coming out with a second barracks following it up. So these guys are going on one base, getting as much minerals as they can, you know, pulled off the geyser even, so that's kind of cool. And now Garmin has gathered at the fact that Twilight Council is down for our red Protoss players. So they know that they have to watch out for Blink, they have to watch out for DTs. Just keep an eye on that Twilight Council, see if a research is going down. Siggy here, I think I actually forgot about Warp Gate, because that is kind of late right now compared to like this Warp Gate research, for example. As you can see, quite a difference there. So that could be pretty bad for our Twitter players if our Garmin team decides to be aggressive here. By the way, a Zealot has made its way into the main base of Big Blind, but it's doing a pretty nice job of cleaning it up. Of course, Hellions are good versus Zealots. Workers, no, that's resources. Okay, that's cool. That works. Active forces works. Music, nope. Okay, I'm just trying to figure out what actually works here. I think this is getting cleaned up. It's kind of hard to tell who's in what team. Okay, purple and blue up here, and then red and blue down there. Okay, cool. I need to work something out here. Perhaps set some team color settings. Hang on, can we do that right now? This is really bad. I didn't know it was supposed to be like this. Team color life bond. No, that's not it. I think so. I don't know. I don't know, man. Either way, DTs have made their way in here. Where's the Dark Shrine? It just got dropped down. I think we just barely missed it. But One missile turret is in position, but it's going to die very quickly right here. Now he has to spend a scan, but he hasn't got any scans available to him, unfortunately. No robotics. Yeah, there's robotics up here actually for our Protoss players, so you can get an observer out. There's already one right here. Units, does it work? Nope, units does not work. So the DTs do not manage to get a whole lot done actually. A lot of SVs do remain here, so they were pulled away in the nick of time to minimize the damage here. But more DTs are getting warped in, and they're just running in from the low ground right here, from this pylon, getting warped in and running in, trying to deal some more damage. But there are turrets now evenly spread out across the bases. Even Stock is trying to deal some damage here, but enough Hellions here to push these back. And as you all know, Hellions aren't that great versus our body units, but with enough of them, you can of course deal some pretty significant damage nonetheless. By the way, let me know how the stream quality is. As I said, I'm concerned about it being bad. I don't know. Hope it's alright. Nexus is going down right now for our Twitter team here. They actually have an expansion here as well. So our Garmin players are a bit behind in the expansion timings, but it's not that large of a difference because we have one Nexus finishing up here for Sunflasher. So I want to see active forces. That is actually something we can have a look at. As you can see, our two top players here, Sunflasher and Big Blind, are heavily favored right here in the active forces. They have a lot more army than their opponent does. Than opponents do, I think is the correct. I don't know, English is hard. But either way, he can, with the Hellions, he can do some light harassment here. If he can get up this ramp and split up his Hellions, you know, 4 here and 4 here, because I think he's got like 8 or 7 or something, he can actually deal a lot of damage to this mineral line. And has Blink been researched? No, there's no Blink. It's so hard to keep up with everything without a production tab and stuff like that. There's Colossus take come down there from Sunflash, as well as a Forge as well, to try to keep up with the upgrades. Nexus has finished right now for our red Protoss player. And who can I income works, cool. Okay, so as you can see, they're all pretty evenly matched in the house discount. Of course, our turn player is a bit behind, not a huge deal since he got mules. He's got a lot of mules to spend, so it's going to be fine. Loses 2 Hellions there, 2 of those force fields, not a huge deal. Hellions don't really do that well as we move forward into the later stages of this game. They're not going to be as effective anymore. So I think he needs to transition out of this, or at least deal some damage, because right now he hasn't done a whole lot with these Hellions, and he's barely mining gas still. He's in total got 3 SVs on gas at the 10-minute mark, which is not the best here. Our 2 Protoss players from Twitter are managing to clean this up though, and this is not going to be good. Big Blind is stuck between a rock and a hard place, like literally rocks here. And these stocks are pretty hard, I do think. They are armored, so all the Hellions do die off, and now our Garmin players are forced to hold back. There's Warp Prism here doing some light damage as well, trying to warp in zealots and stuff like that, but not quite able to make anything happen with that. I still wanna, like, okay, if we go back to the income, 28, 32, blah blah blah. Okay, cool. Looks still pretty solid for all of these players in the income. Not a huge advantage for either team. Now all our Twitter players moving out. They do have the War Prism for offensive warprints, but they haven't got any pylons out. Hold on this War Prism, please. Our blue player hasn't got any pylons out on the map, so this is what he's got right here. He has got these Stalkers to work with, and we'll see if he can make anything happen here. Still Hellions and Marines being produced from our Terran player, and as I said earlier, Hellions aren't that great in the later stages of the game, especially not versus pure Stalker compositions right here. So I do think it's going to be mainly up to Sunflasher to defend this attack. Go back to the active forces. Our blue and red Protoss players, they are a bit ahead, but not ahead by that much currently. Are they getting pushed back right now though? Quite a high stocking count here for our blue Protoss player, but he can't take this fight alone. The Colossus dealing a lot of damage to these clumped up Stalkers. Nice force fields as well, trapping these Stalkers. And I think it's all going to get cleaned up right now. Red just abandoning his his teammate right now, letting him fight alone and then just backing off. So now if we go back to active forces now, we see that our blue player has dropped significantly in the value and cost of his army unit. But as you see, our Terran player is still very far behind. As I said, Hellions are not that great. I don't like this at all. I wanted into tech, into bio or mech. I mean, he's got a few factories here. He's getting more barracks as well. I don't really know what he's doing. If he keeps on producing Hellions, there we go. He switched to Widow at least, which is a better unit, I have to say. So let's see if our Protoss players here from Twitter can actually take out of this stalker composition that they've got going. You have to get some higher tech, you know, Twilight Council out, a Robo, and they're actually oversaturated right here. 26 harvesters out of 24, so super oversaturated. But they need to get up to some higher tech, or at least get Blink or something for these gateway units. Because gateway units, once our Terran player takes to Widow Mines and bio, I mean, Stalkers don't really fare that well against pure bio compositions, so he has to start tech switching, which Surreal has done. He is producing Immortals right now. Are we seeing Robotics may come down? Yes, we do. So at least our red Protoss player for Twitter is trying to tech switch out of this. But I can't really find an attack from our blue Protoss player. He's got this Stargate coming right now, but you can't really build Void Rays. They're easy to counter in 2v2s just because the Terran players can get a lot of Marines. You can just get Storm, so they're pretty easy to counter here. Now Sunflasher's got quite a large Colossus count, and versus Stalkers and just gateway composition, Colossus are incredible. That's why they're so strong in PvP, just because they deal so much damage versus gateway compositions. I think Sunflasher is now going to be cleaning up these rocks right here, trying to expand over to the gold base. Something that, whenever I play, I always forget about that gold base, you know, trying to expand over here instead. But either way, our red Protoss player is moving in right now, blinking up cutely with the Machiv Core, of course, to support. And if our Terran player is continuing to, like, throw in just a few units here, I think these Stalkers could have traded easily with these Marines and Marauders and then just blinked out later on. But wanted to take the safe route instead and just save all of his units and get out of there. Did he kill off that many SVs? Where are they? There's currently 0 SVs mining up there. They were all transferred over here, and as you can see, we have an oversaturation here as well. So Real has taken expansion here on the other side of the map to this natural kind of third base. It's very standard to take that as a third base if you do skip out on that gold base. What is Siggy doing over here with his army? I understand that Surreal is here with his Blink Stalkers, but he's gonna do some cute Immortal dropping as well. Also, DTs and Zealots are currently wrecking over here. I think all of the turrets have been killed off. And just constant harassment is really keeping our Terran player from making a whole lot of stuff. He's keeping up relatively well in his supply count, but upgrades and combat shield, you know, concussive shells, there's basically none of that right now for our Terran player, which is pretty unfortunate for him. We can't have a look at the upgrades. Can we do like this? +1 is getting researched at least. +2 over here. What have we got here? Have we got any upgrades here? +2, +1. So it looks like, oh my god, okay, no. It looks like our Twitter players are just a tins a bit ahead in the upgrades, and I do have to favor their position right now. They're starting to take more bases out on the map, starting to get more map control right now, doing some cute harassment as well. Look at this, oh my god. You know, I do think they are in a good position right now moving forward. 2v2s in general are very centered around strong cheeses. You know, team games, you know, in 1v1s, if you don't scout a cheese, you can still kind of hold it with some luck and some great micro. But in 2v2s, it's basically going to be a 2 versus 1 or 2 versus 0 player. So that's never going to work out if you do not scout out the all-lanes. So all-lanes are really strong in team games. But fortunately, we have not seen that here. We've seen some pretty cool macro game instead, with all of the players doing their best to keep their resources low and just macro. And I like team games quite a bit. I play a lot of 2v2s with my friends, so lovely to see him. Sunflasher doing some cute harassment here, killing off a pylon, forcing the armies to get out of position, but they're not really attacking. We haven't really seen any engagements in general in this game, which is I don't know. I like hectic 2v2s where they're like constant aggression and stuff like that. APM 95, 100, 1800. So not the fastest players in the world right here, but still they pretty good players. So it's it's a bit sad we don't get to see them use all of their potential here. With a lot of cool engagements out on the map. A couple of Colossus are getting trapped here though, and I think we're going to see a huge fight here that can really turn the tide of this game. A great force with keeping his bio army back, and he's blinking on top of these Colossi as well. Ooh, it's gonna take down all the Colossus for Sound Flash right now, and only our Terran player is remaining here, and he can't really fight a 2 versus 1 right now. He is forced to pull back, trying his best to micro though, and a lot of these setups are pretty low. With some cute kite, he can probably kill off a lot of them. Medivacs are falling though during the retreat. If we go to the active forces right now, it's still pretty even right here. I do think our Terran player and our Protoss player here for Garmin are going to be able to hold on right here. Or are they? A lot of Voiders dealing a lot of damage. And where is the army? Active forces said they were pretty even, but no, I think they lost all of their stuff with that final push from these players. So I do think our Protoss players from Twitter are going to be able to take this fight right now, take the game, and take a 1-0 lead. But it's not over yet. Our Garmin players are still trying to fight this out, but one Colossus gets caught off guard without any protection at all, and Colossi aren't really that strong in that scenario. Bases are falling all over the map right now, and oh my god, Mothership are getting transformed as well. Active forces once again, it's 98, 103 to 140, 150, so they're still roughly, both of the players are behind like 50 supply, Garmin players that is, in the active forces, so it's going to be really hard for them to hold. They do have a siege tank right here that can deal a lot of damage if left like untouched, but I highly doubt that it's going to be left untouched. And our Terran player is actually pretty high in resources right now. Oh my god. He's gonna get the pylon before anything warps in. That's pretty cute actually. So now, with the mines. Okay, no, these are on the same team. I almost forget. Now with the mines. It's a nice start. They all get some sick value out of those with the mines. And if they are able to recharge, that could be some sick damage on this very clumped up Protoss army. Once again, we see the tank dealing a lot of damage. The Winter Mines do fall, unfortunately. There's some great forces right here, allowing the tank to deal a lot of damage, but I think it's going to fall. Second tank, though, joining up on the high ground. It gets blinked on top of, and I think this is going to be it. With the Mothership here as well to add cloaking here, I think it's going to be really hard for our Garmin players to hold on. GG well played is called. That is going to be that, I think. Sunflash leaves the game. And there we go. So 1-0 lead currently for Twitter. But that was kind of a cool game still. As I said earlier, it's great to see macro games in 2v2's, because we kind of rarely do. I always try to play it out as a macro game. Oh shit, I didn't change this. That's pretty unfortunate. I was supposed to have custom National Instruments and Amazon, but Twitter and Garmin. But I couldn't find the chat channel on StarCraft. They didn't add that to the spreadsheet, so I couldn't find them, which was kind of sad. Now this just looks awkward. Let's get a bit closer here. Yeah. Okay, cool. So now Twitter are going to be up 1-0 right here. Okay, cool. So let's see if we can find an overlay that actually works, because let's try this one. Let's try a game mode one and see if it works. Okay, are we ready to go with our next game? Where did the chat channel go? There we go. That was actually a pretty long game, holy. For how long did that go on? Let's see here. Of course, match history and score screens don't work. No. It was 24 minutes though, it wasn't that long. There we go, going to be joining Amanda's lobby. Amanda is the the team leader for Garmin, I guess you can call her. Going to be joining in on her lobby right now. Twitter actually has some. They have some great players on Twitter. There's a top diamond, hypervisor, Invictus. How good is this dude? Invictus. He's been a master 12 times. Oh my god, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. Well, Garmin, I think their best player is a gold leaguer, so they aren't favored going into this match, but let's see if they can pull it off either way. Apparently Invictus and Hypervisor are going to be playing right now, and now Garmin actually have a platinum play, by the way, but it's going to be really hard for them nonetheless. I don't think they're going to be able to hold on right here. Okay, we're all good to go. Play's ready. Everything cool? Everything settled? Invictus going to be playing random, by the way. Let's see if he's played all the races. That would be kind of cool. All. Nope, he's only played Protoss. He's a Protoss player, but he's gonna try random nonetheless. Okay, here we go with our second game of the night. Looks like Amanda from Team Garmin wants some cheese in here. We'll see. Let's see if the our Garmin players actually both suck. So let's see if we can get some double 6-pool action or something. We're on Crooked Maw, which is a pretty small map. So I mean, cheeses are definitely pretty strong here. There we go. Come on, darling. I hope this overlay works. Oh my god, what is this? Everyone, sure. Can we hide that? I don't know. Production works. Production works at least. That's cool. Okay. Names don't work. Okay, well, I think this is a bit better at least than what we had before. Spawning in the bottom side of this map, representing Garmin. It is Checkmate. Let's call him Checkmate. Thanks, Checkmate. Okay, cool. And his teammate for the night is going to be